Namaste, Jai Bharat. Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel clearly told the end of Khomeini shall be the end of the conflict. The end of Khomeini shall be the end of the conflict, but it appears that President Trump thinks otherwise. He was trying to, initially, not now, he was trying to say that we'll have negotiations, we'll talk, do not target Khomeini till I say. But then further they had about 6 rounds of talk, it seems, talks if they ever had. They had some discussion, 6 rounds, and that's what the report says. And then now anything can happen because the Fordo airfield, which was attacked by Israel hours ago, that was a place where Khomeini is supposed to be hiding, and we have no news about him. So far, nothing is said about Khomeini's case, though he was supposed to be hiding in Fordo, and Fordo was attacked, which is an impossible case, as I've just mentioned in a different video. But President Trump was very hopeful. It appears that things could be talked out. He always thinks about negotiations and talking, where he becomes insignificant in such discussions, but then he claims to be doing something. Maybe his good intention, goodwill, whatever it is, let's look at it positively. But he doesn't really realize the intentions of Iran. The Iran has very clearly said, Israel is lesser evil and US is bigger evil. They have already said that. I don't know why it has not gone into the ears of President Trump. Israel is called small Satan, and the US is called bigger or larger Satan. Less devil, more devil, whatever. So that's their attitude. So you can't expect anything from them in that manner. So he was trying to negotiate, but then Israel is categorical. Prime Minister Netanyahu is categorical that the end of Khomeini shall end the conflict because they have nothing really against the people of Persia. The Iranians are Iranians yesterday. Before that, they were Persians. They have a great civilization, which I need not to tell to the world, to anyone. They are supposed to know it. Iranian great civilization, the Darius kings. And when Greece was occupied by the Romans, that time the Greeks had their own religion, Hellenism. The Roman conquest of Europe, of course, which is better explained in the Asterix comics by Goscinny and Uderzo. The Roman conquest of Greece destroyed their Hellenism, and subsequently the scholars of Greece, they had taken refuge in Iran, where Darius the Hindu king was king, and they also have a religion. Most religions are all religions are from the east. In any case, they also had their own religion of the Zarathustra's great religion. They are the Zoroastrians. Now, who has their own methods of fire working, etc. Zoroastrianism is a religion, and then they have been wiped out and eliminated from Iran right from that time of Islamic invasion, and few have escaped Iran to save their religion with the holy fire. They reached, of course, obviously to Bharat, Gujarat coast, and our king has, of course, given them shelter, and that is the descendant of those Russians are, him, Ratan Tata, Rustamji, Jamshedji, Daousji, Tata, the Tatas. One example I just gave. The Tatas, the Zoroastrians, and they still do practice their religion just because they reached us. And these Parsis in Bharat, they have integrated with the nation of Bharat and contributed to the nation greatly than those who are so said to be aboriginals of this land. So that's a kind of integration they made. Of course, that tradition is there in Bharat. The Marathas, when they have defeated Mughals, Muslims, and they went to all over the places in Bharat, in distant places, and they then became that place's They started belonging to whichever places they are gone. Whether it is Gwalior, Jhansi, Indore, Baroda, wherever. That's a character of Marathas. That same characters you find in Parsis. Wherever they are, they belong to that place. And they keep their identity distinct and with the support of others. This is precisely what happened to the Jews also when they came to Bharat. They remained as what were as they are, and they integrated with the people, the Hindus, integrated. I don't know who is to be credited. Fundamentally, the Hindus have the ability to accept anything, any faith, who are so long as noble. Ano Bhadra Kratavo Yanta Vishwada, the Rigveda says, let nobility come from no matter where, how, by whom, through whom. So that's the kind of integration that took place. So the Iranians have their own Sanskriti, their own tradition, their own culture. And it's only through conversion they become different. But that doesn't mean that they lost their identity. They have their identity. They have the kind of noble blood should be in them. So the Iranian people per se are exceptionally good with the Jews, and they had very good relations before 1979 of the Islamization of Iran. So Prime Minister Netanyahu is probably, I think he is right that the end of Khomeini shall be the end of the Iran-Iraq differences. Sorry, Iran-Israel differences. Iran-Iraq differences don't end. The Iran-Israel differences shall end with the end of Khomeini. That's what he says, and I hope he is right, and I hope peace should prevail free for us, for people like the well-wishers of the world. There should be peace, and the people living for short lives. Life is very short. You should live comfortably, meaningfully, helping one another, and die peacefully. That should be the objective. Not to fight, not to go for jihad, not to leave yet to leave this world for a life that is supposed to exist after death. That's a projected hypothesis which has no reliability. We shall meet again. So this is what the position of Israel, and this is what Israel thinks, and I think they are right. And the US is grossly mistaken, thinking that Iran would correct themselves. They don't correct so long as there is a Khomeini regime going on there. So we shall meet again with some other thought. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.